All right, so here we go. You ready? Let's do this. Good morning, my lovelies. How are you? It's so good to be here. I have so much to tell you about today because I've been on a DYT journey for the last few years, and I told you yesterday that I was going to talk about mentors, and I'll tell you one mentor I've had for the last couple of years who, whether she knows it or not, has been a mentor to me as well as many. She's fairly well known, at least among certain communities, and her name is Carol Tuttle, and maybe you've heard of her. She's known for her energy work. She's known for her healing work. Years ago, she wrote a book called The Path to Wholeness about her journey to getting whole from some things that she had gone through when she was younger, and I was on a path to wholeness as well, and so I had got her book so that I could move forward in or try to move forward and grow in the direction that I was facing. And then, all these years later, a couple of years ago, something popped up on Facebook of all places, and she had some kind of a thing on dressing your truth, and I was like, what's that all about? And she was doing this program, and she was teaching people about dressing their best and their truth. And I was like, well, if I think about my dressing history, where I've been, I remember struggling with buying clothes and finding clothes that worked for me clear back from when I was a girl in school. And I remember kids making fun of my clothes. I remember being made fun of because of the way I wore clothes. I remember feeling self-conscious all the time. I remember not understanding what looked good on my body and when. And as I got older, I obviously got better at it and was better at making decisions and was better at the direction I needed to head for my clothing wardrobe. But as an adult, I found that I was still struggling. I would go shopping and I would try things on and they just wouldn't fit right or look right, or I would look at something someone was wearing and thought, well, they look great, maybe I'll copy them. And I would try to wear what they wore and it looked hideous on me. And sometimes I'd think I looked great because I thought I was copying them right. And then I would see a picture and, oh, it was awful, terrible. There was just no reason I should be wearing what I had on. And it was embarrassing for me a lot of times. So I was definitely interested because getting dressed was easy for me, and I was good at dressing every day, but always what I put on was not, it would a lot of times just miss the mark. So I had thought, this would be something I could do, and I ended up buying her book, Dress Your Truth, and it's Discover Your Type of Beauty by Carol Tuttle. And I found that this book was really helpful. She has a lot of good information in there. And it's cool because she's evolved to the point that now you can buy her program, Dress Your Truth, and it's free. Like, you can take the test, you can find out what you are. Everybody has their personality test. You have Briggs-Myers, you have the color code, you have all these things. Hers is not a personality test. It's a you test, like who you are deep inside, how your movement is, who you are naturally, not the things that you've learned behaviorally because of your family or habit-wise. We're talking things that just down to the core, how you do things, how you work, just who you are naturally. And so she has a test that you take to find out one of 4 things that you may possibly be. And then there's always, like she says, you're one of all 4, but there's one you lead out with, and then there's a one that you lead second more than the others. And so that was really good for me. Now, it's funny because when I first took the test, there was a certain number I thought I was, and I really wanted to be that person. There was things I wanted in it, and it was not correct. I was running in that mode, and it was not helpful for me, and it was stressing me out more than anything. And so I quit trying that. And then after a period of time, realized I was a different thing, and my kids helped me because they were kind of looking into it with me. And my daughter had done a transformation from after doing the test, and she just looked amazing. she was just dialed. Her style was perfect. We could trace it all the way back to her childhood, that's what she looked the best in. And now here she was putting that foot forward and just looking amazing all the time. And I wanted that for me. And although I still have a really long ways to go, I mean, obviously, I try to do my best. I try to incorporate it the best I can, but it has been a journey. When I first was doing it, you had to quite you, because a lot of times we lose who we are in the way that we're raised. But with the information that she gives, you're able to identify more accurately who you actually are in your movement and the way that you move forward. So if that's a lot of fun, because once you realize that, what it's done for me is take the hate I had for shopping. I hated shopping because I could never find what worked, and I would just buy things out of desperation because I needed clothes, and they didn't always look good on me, and I didn't always feel my best. And now when I go shopping, it's easy. It takes just a few minutes. It goes by really fast, and I'm able to just pick out what I need quickly. And it's fun because I'll go through the store and I'll just grab all the things I think will work, and I will pick more than enough because I really don't care to try on clothes, but I will do it one time. So I'll get a whole bunch of clothes, and we're talking like 20 shirts and maybe 5 or 10 pants, right? And then if I need a dress or two, I'll pick out every dress I think might look good on me and that kind of fits that criteria. And then I'll go and try it on, and I'm able to narrow down very quickly which thing really does look good for me or on me, and what does really work for me, and what's the level of comfort that I want. And so that process has just come around, and I've just grown a lot from that. And I think it's reflected in the makeup that I wear, and the way I do my hair more, and the cuts that I do, and then the angles I'm looking for in my clothing, and all of those things. I'm just noticing I'm skitty-wampus here, so there you go. But then you can find out who you are and what your secondary is, and then you can watch yourself grow. And it's quite a great journey I've been on. I love it because it makes me more confident and more comfortable in my own skin, and it just helps me feel more of me. And I can do it it helps me work on relationships in a better way, and I'm able to understand people better. I'm able to be more helpful to people. I don't get in the way as much. I'm aware of when I'm obnoxious and when I'm, just exerting that personal trait that I have. And it's kind of fun because I'll put a link below, but I was actually chosen on her on her Facebook page I was selected to have a makeover. And it's kind of fun because you can see on my first YouTube videos that I was doing where I had long blonde hair, and she did a makeover for me, and one of the things that they did was cut a little bit of the length off my hair and give me a darker cut so that my roots didn't show so much, and there's still some blonde in there. But it's kind of fun because now this hairstyle that I have is real easy, and I can do it like 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. And that's what she says, you're on the go and you've got a lot of things to do, so you need to have a hairstyle that's easy for you and that you can manage well and that's workable for you. And it just really works for me. So I've grown a lot. So it's made my shopping easier. It's helped me get dressed faster and easier. I know what factors to put in and what kind of I'm looking for when I get dressed. I get compliments now. I didn't used to get compliments almost ever, like rarely. Now I get them almost every day I get dressed, and that's crazy for me. And then people know what to expect from me more. They can tell just by the way I carry myself, the way I'm dressed, more of what my personality is, or not necessarily my personality, but just the nature of who I'm going to be and if I'm going to work good for them in their life. And then I'm able to be, like I said, be comfortable in my own skin. When I look in the mirror, I like what I see, and that's a big deal for me. I've come a long way. It's been really helpful for me. And another book that she wrote is The Child Whisperer, and it's really fun because you can end up, figuring out what style your kids are and what type they are. And it's really great. She has a lot of good chapters in here, and I find that reading her information has been very healing for me, and just very resourceful. And you want your kids to be happy, you want them to be successful, you want them to be able to progress and to find joy in life and to be content with who they are. And this has really helped me be able to help my kids. You know, when I first was doing it, what I did was I kind of did makeovers on their bedrooms of the type that I thought that they were. And they came to me and they're like, Mom, you did it. My bedroom, you nailed it. It's exactly like I wanted it. This is how I've wanted it all along. And who knew that this book would help me be able to get to that point? Because I knew my kids and I knew what they were naturally. So when I read that book, The Child Whisperer, it was just really phenomenal to be able to connect those dots and put those things together so that I can help them be able to be directed more in the direction that they needed to head. And it's been a lot of fun. So I hope that this was helpful for you. And you know, if you have any questions or comments below, go ahead and feel free. And just realize I'll put the link below for the makeover that I did. It's kind of funny seeing how the makeover was and where I was at then and where I'm at now. And I can tell and I can feel that I've grown a lot more. I've healed a lot and I've been able to progress a lot. So I hope that you find this video helpful, and be sure to click the like button, the thumbs up, and then to subscribe if you'd like to see more. This whole week I'll be talking about different mentors that I was able to experience last year, and hopefully that'll be helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.